Hey, what's up? This is Yuna from Yunami, and today I will explain why Kaguya will definitely return in Boruto. Also, only a small percentage of the people who watch our videos are actually subscribed, so if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. Please enjoy this video, let's go! First of all, those who didn't know, the ending of the Naruto anime has already set the stones for the Boruto series. Anyone who thinks that Boruto was a spontaneous decision is wrong, because even Momoshiki was shown in Naruto. The final episodes of Naruto Shippuden were supposed to make the plot of Boruto possible. So if we are to understand whether Kaguya will return, we must return to Naruto Shippuden and find out why Kaguya betrayed Ishiki and why she can return in Boruto. If we just look at the pre-chakra fruit Kaguya, we all know that she just couldn't defeat Ishiki, who has proven to be the strongest character in the Naruto universe so far. The general idea that Kaguya and Ishiki came to Earth at the same time and that Kaguya betrayed Ishiki for her greed for power is simply wrong. Kaguya's enemy are not humans, but the Otsutsuki clan, and everything she did served the Earth, even when her actions were wrong. The important thing here is that we see that when Kaguya betrayed Ishiki, she already had the Rinne Sharingan, which means Ishiki arrived after Kaguya ate the fruit. First we see how the divine tree was planted on Earth, and only then did Kaguya arrive, but she was alone. So Kaguya must have been sent to Earth by Ishiki in order to make the chakra fruit of the divine tree. The plan was to harvest the chakra fruit of the god tree, with which Kaguya was to provide for the main family of her clan from another world. Which makes perfectly sense, because she said that she is the one protecting the divine tree. She has to do this until the tree has absorbed enough chakra, which is the moment Ishiki would arrive to Earth to pick up the fruit. Kaguya always stood alone and looked at the night sky, waiting for the arrival of her clan member, in this case Ishiki. Again, remember that it is not possible that Ishiki was already on Earth, as there's no way Kaguya could defeat him without consuming the chakra fruit first. It would be a waste of time for someone like Ishiki to spend his years on the planet for no good reason, so he sent Kaguya to protect the tree. Tenji, who later became Kaguya's husband, says that he doesn't remember his first meeting with her because Kaguya erased everyone's memory in order to live among them in peace, which eventually led to Kaguya having an emotional connection to this planet and people. Kaguya told Tenji that she wanted peace and no more fighting. With this, she was clearly referring to her own clan, which is known to destroy several planets due to the chakra fruit. Here we see the true intentions of Kaguya very clearly. She's not evil. Kaguya eventually fell in love and then became pregnant. But when another country began to threaten the land of ancestors over a border dispute, Tenji tried to prevent the outbreak of a war by declaring that anyone who attacked the foreign nation should be executed. An order that Kaguya broke when she was threatened, which resulted in her being hunted from her own land. Losing all faith in humanity, but still longing for peace, Kaguya believes that it is necessary for her to eat the fruit of the tree in order to use the strength to end all human conflicts forever. So knowing that her clan wanted to harvest the fruit of the god tree, she decided to eat the fruit instead of protecting the tree. By this, she broke the #1 rule of an Otsutsuki and became a target. With that, she awakened the Rinne Sharingan and became the most powerful person on the planet. To mention again that Ishiki has not yet been on Earth because Kaguya only defeated him after she awakened her Rinne Sharingan. Eventually, Kaguya was dominated by her own desire to have all the chakra, which eventually turned her against her sons, who later sealed Kaguya. But just before her sons could seal her completely, Kaguya has manifested her will in the form of an artificial human named Black Zetsu, with the intention of reviving herself. After Kaguya was successfully brought back, Kakashi asked her about her motives, which led her to say that the world was her nursery and as such she wanted to stop all wars. Again, a clear sign that Kaguya's intentions are not really evil, but the betrayal of Tenji and the consumption of the chakra fruit changed her so much that she found no other option but to make herself the supreme ruler. Hagoromo wasn't sure why Kaguya ended up like this, but he believed that consuming the chakra fruit might have something to do with it, because after Kaguya had received the ability to manipulate chakra from the fruit of the god tree, she had become despotic and developed a god complex, which made her believe that all the chakra belongs to her alone and that only she can protect the world. Kaguya left a scroll that revealed the true nature of her coming to Earth. Many years after her defeat, Sasuke Uchiha began investigating Kaguya's reason for creating the White Setsu army. His theory was that there was a threat that even Kaguya was afraid of, and so he spent much of his life researching Kaguya's history. His suspicions were confirmed when he finally met Momoshiki and Kinshiki, who were also looking for Kaguya. Originally, Kaguya was supposed to prepare the chakra fruit on Earth for her clan, but her attachment to the planet and preparing an army for her own defense led Momoshiki to condemn her as a disgrace and traitor, making her the target of the Otsutsuki family. One can assume that as long as Kaguya is alive, more Otsutsuki member could come to Earth. This gives an immediate reason for Kaguya's return. return. Before we continue, please take a short moment to like this video. It really helps us a lot, and if you are new, feel free to subscribe with the notification bell activated. So far so good, but how and why should Kaguya return? Well, firstly, it is confirmed that Kaguya is not dead, and secondly, we know that Kaguya is not evil, but simply has a wrong understanding of what it means to protect the Earth. Her main goal is to stop the Otsutsuki clan from destroying the planet. When this threat is present, her concern about regaining Naruto's and Sasuke's chakra is secondary. Sasuke and Naruto learned of Kaguya's true intentions in Boruto, and they know that they are facing a very strong enemy. They know that the Otsutsukis will not stop coming to Earth until they have achieved their goal of reaping the planet and defeating Kaguya for good. Don't forget, any Otsutsuki who knows that Kaguya has already been defeated is no longer alive. Kaguya will be a very strong ally in the fight against the Otsutsuki clan, and if Kaguya still wants to defeat Naruto and Sasuke after defeating the remaining Otsutskis, Naruto and Sasuke along with Boruto, Sarada and Mitsuki could try to stop Kaguya or even convince her to leave the human alone. But for now, she would be a great reinforcement. The way foreshadowing happened in anime, especially shonen anime, is that if a series talks too much about a particular character who has been declared dead or disappeared, then we know that character is likely to show up at some point in the story. Just ask yourself, think of a possible anime in the Shonen Jump battle genre, and choose a character that suddenly showed up after being thought to be dead. You will see that the same goes for all of these characters, regardless of whether it's about Obito, Madara, Sabo, or maybe even the first Wizard King. This formula is always used in the same way. And the same goes for Kaguya, because in the Boruto series, it has already started with people talking about Kaguya non-stop. It started with Sasuke investigating Kaguya's background, thereby building a huge plot around her. It is even made explicit that she wasn't as bad as everyone originally thought she was, although it was always clear that her real intentions were never evil. The idea that Kaguya wasn't really bad is mentioned over and over again, almost too often. This is simply unnecessary, as it was already explained in Naruto Shippuden, unless Kaguya will play a major role in the future of the Boruto series. The 5 Kage held a meeting to discuss Kaguya. The initial threat that Kaguya wanted to fight, which by the way was even shown as a silhouette in Naruto, actually arrived in the form of Momoshiki and Kinshiki, who were also looking for Kaguya. You can see that everything in Boruto builds up around Kaguya. Uroshiki arrived later and also mentioned that Kaguya was a traitor. Again, nothing new, but the fact that it is mentioned over and over again basically shows that the Boruto series is not letting go of this character. Then the new Kara organization was introduced, just so the leader will turn out to be a mere puppet for Ishiki Otsutsuki. And of course, Ishiki was none other than Kaguya's partner, who arrived on Earth more than 1000 years ago. Amado, who was part of the Kara organization, then revealed that Kaguya tried to defeat Ishiki not long after Ishiki's arrival on Earth. Her motives have already been explained in Naruto Shippuden, and yet the Boruto series makes it a huge mystery. The only reason to keep bringing this up is if Kaguya would return, so that everyone will understand why Kaguya will fight the Otsutskis, even though she is an Otsutsuki herself. From the end of Naruto Shippuden, which served as the introduction for the Boruto plot, to the actual Boruto series, everything revolves around Kaguya. So to summarize everything, we know that Kaguya is not dead, and in fact is not as evil as everyone assumed. We know that her enemy is the Otsutsuki clan, and we know that deep down she loves the Earth and humans. She is very powerful and will be a great ally in the fight against upcoming Otsutskis, such as a possible Otsutsuki leader, or maybe even an Otsutsuki who became a god. Naruto and Sasuke know the dimension in which Kaguya is sealed, and Kaguya would prefer to protect the Earth. We have the plot, we have the foreshadowing, and there's almost nothing to contradict that idea. The only question left is when this could happen. This is a very difficult question to answer. We know that the time skip will take place soon, and we also know that something will happen to Sasuke and Naruto after or maybe during the time skip, or maybe even before that. However, since Boruto possesses the Jogan, along with the power of the Otsutsuki, it should not be a problem for him to reach this dimension. So Naruto and Sasuke may not even be needed for that. Some in the fandom even have the idea that Momoshiki will become something like Boruto's Kurama. By that I mean that people believe that for some reason, just like Kaguya, Momoshiki too could develop sympathy for people, and then help Boruto to get stronger without taking over his body. Or Boruto learns to control Momoshiki, and with time Momoshiki and Boruto became friends. I think you know what I mean. With this idea, Momoshiki could possibly help Boruto to find the dimension in which Kaguya is sealed, knowing that Kaguya also wants to protect the Earth. There are really so many ways Kaguya could return. Maybe Black Zetsu has something to do with it, or Kaguya could somehow break free. Literally anything is possible in Boruto when it comes to power and skills. Fact is that Kaguya is alive, and as long as this is the case, she could return anytime. All that happened is a perfect setup for Kaguya. What do you think? Will Kaguya return? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you are new, feel free to subscribe to this channel with the notification bell activated. We do weekly Boruto content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time here on Yunami. Bye.